Hi everybody! So today we're going to talk about how to deal with overwhelm. So I'm sure it's a very familiar topic for you. We all experience it all the time. So I'm going to give you a little bit of advice about how to deal with it. So the first thing that I want to say is that you really need to be very comfortable with feeling overwhelmed. And by that I mean that everybody is experiencing overwhelm. It's an epidemic. And I think it has few reasons. One of them is, for example, media, social media, internet, television, radio. Everywhere you go, you have media, you have people like me who are trying to tell you something, tell you their story, get you to buy something, get you to think about something. All the time you have input, a lot of input. So that's one of the points. And I think that kind of leads to, or kind of part of it, that we also have very high expectations from ourselves. So yeah, so it's not just in the internet or in the television. Even if you go on the street, you have advertising everywhere. And it kind of leads to very high expectation from ourselves. We have very long to-do lists, very long lists of things we should do or things we shouldn't do. And it's really everywhere. It's really almost nobody can break out for it. So I think the first advice that I would give in this kind of situation is to just to say, okay, just take a break, take a digital Sabbath, just from Friday evening until Saturday evening, or from Sunday morning till Sunday evening, or whatever is comfortable for you. Just take a break. Or you say, okay, I don't use social media today, I don't use my computer today, I don't use my cell phone today. And I've done it a few weeks ago, and I'm trying to do it every week. Maybe not that strict, but at least like a few hours in every week that you just do something completely different. And then you need to become creative. Then you kind of do all kind of stuff that you didn't done for quite a while because you didn't have the time and you had to be on social media. So I really recommend doing it. And it also can mean just to go to a seminar where you have to close your phone, or go to the woods for half a day or something like that. So just take a break. That's the first thing. Just break it, everything. If you feel it, you're having like an overwhelm, overdose, just take a break from everything, go to the wood. But unfortunately we cannot do it all the time. So what do we do when we come to like daily life, when we have to still do stuff? So what I do, what I also recommend you to do, is to just really break it down as much as possible. Just kind of, instead of having gigantic to-do list, I have one place where I put all of my to-do lists together, and then I take just small pieces of it, of what really is the most important thing in this week and the most urgent things for this week. And then I build a plan just for this week, or even just for this day. I don't take all of the list every morning and look what I need to do today. I plan it in advance. Okay, this week on that day I have this and these missions, and on that day I have this and these missions. And then I know, okay, I've done my 4 things for today, the day is done. And I can rest, I can let go, I can do something else. I think for me, just this, like just kind of organizing my to-do list in a completely different way, and really making them much more shorter and much more realistic to the amount of time I have, really helped a lot with dealing with overwhelm. And I think this is also very much connected to my next tip. It will just, I know it's a cliche, but just live in the day. Just live in the moment. Just take it step by step by step by step. Because what happens if you go on the more deeper level, and you know me, I have to always go a bit deeper. What happens with overwhelm, many times, it's the general tendency that causes a lot of suffering anyway, is that we live very much in the future, or we live very much in the past. And if you really live in this moment, it's really hard to be overwhelmed. But if you think about the whole project, if you look at the whole list of all the things that you have to do, of course you will be overwhelmed. If you think about everything that already happened, of course you will be overwhelmed. So just take it step by step. And I know that I used to hate to hear this advice. Just take it step by step. I'm not this kind of person, like I want it all and I want it now. But this wanting it all and now was one of the biggest, and still one of the biggest things that really causes a lot of suffering in my life. So instead I say, okay, what I do already have now, and what is the most important thing that I can do today to get everything I want. Because we think, yeah, we should do everything today, but actually there is not many things that we can do today. So what is the most important thing now? What's standing in front of me? Obviously important and urgent and passing to this moment. And if I'm really honest with myself, and every day I take just this one thing instead in front of me, and not just think about the whole big picture, just for a short time, take the time to focus on what's in front of you. And if what's in front of you is planning the whole big picture, so this is what you do now, and you do only this. Another good advice, for example, in this content is to just have like one tab, not opening 20 tabs of all the things that you want to read today, but just open just the 1 or 2 or 3 tabs of what you really need for this specific task in your browser. That I also started to practice it not that long ago, a great advice that I got from the Venti founder, and yeah, I really recommend it. So the last advice that I want to leave you with is also an advice that I got from another great lady called Arianna Huffington. And she said in one of her interviews that the best way to complete a project is to drop it. Sometimes, not always, but definitely I can say for myself also, it's a great way to deal with overwhelm. Just really go in your head or in wherever you have your list of projects and just really ask yourself, is this project really something that I still want to do? Like maybe it used to sound like a great idea, but you see it's not going to happen. If you see that you delayed it for so long, it's probably not going to happen. So what I recommend is really just consider dropping it. Some things you cannot really drop, some things you can partially drop, some things you can just totally drop and say, what a relief. And this relief is really the perfect antidote from overwhelm. Yeah, so that was a lot of tips and a lot of ideas. I hope it was helpful. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you deal with overwhelm. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.